Hi Bennett Tigers, this is Mrs. Bergeron and I'm going to be reading Egbert-The Slightly Cracked Egg. I thought this might be a good book to read because we're close to Easter and you might be dyeing some Easter eggs, but it's just a fun story. This story is by Tom Ross and Rex Barron. Egbert-The Slightly Cracked Egg. You can see the refrigerator door is cracked open just a little bit. And this is the inside of the refrigerator. There once was an egg named Egbert. He loved to paint beautiful pictures. Here he is out of the carton. Egbert's paintings always cheered up the other eggs in the refrigerator. But one day, it was discovered that Egbert was slightly cracked. You see his crack? Right there. Eggs with cracked shells were not allowed to stay. Sadly, the other eggs told Egbert he would have to leave. Egbert waved goodbye to his old friends. He hunched his shoulders with what little shoulders he had and pressed his shell together so that the crack almost disappeared. Almost. Then he set out to look for a new place to live. All the drawers had labels, but none of them was right for Egbert. He knew he would have to look harder. There had to be some place where he could fit in, and this drawer says crisper. It's where you put your vegetables to keep them crisp. Before long, Egbert came to a spot with a beautiful view. If only I could stay here, he thought. Then he had a great idea. No one had to know that he was an egg with a cracked shell. He would paint himself to look like the other things around him. He blended right in. See, he's painting himself to look like the green plants. But just as Egbert was thinking he found the perfect place, a potato plant happened to notice his crack. "Split," the plant ordered. Egbert tried not to be discouraged. "Maybe I'll have better luck outdoors," he said to himself. The only way down was to jump. What do you think is going to happen to Egbert? Luckily, Egbert landed in a soft bed of flowers. He had never seen flowers before, but they smelled even better than butter and lettuce. Perhaps this is a perfect place for me, he thought. A dab here, a splotch there, voila! Egbert was covered with flowers. See how he's blending in? But late that afternoon, an angry bee discovered that you cannot get nectar from an egg. Again, Egbert was told to leave. It was getting dark, and he still had not found a place to live. Just when he was about to give up all hope, a glimmer of something caught his eye. "What beautiful little lights," Egbert whispered. With all his might and twice his usual care, he climbed up the fence. "Perfect," Egbert said when he was covered with stars. See, he painted stars on himself. But the next morning, when the night stars were gone, a cat discovered that Egbert was just an egg with a cracked shell. "Scramble," said the cat. Egbert took a hard fall on the sidewalk. Now he was more cracked than ever. As it started to rain, he began to sob. He realized that no matter how he painted himself, he could not hide who he was. He looks sad, doesn't he? Finally, the rain stopped and the sun broke through a crack in the clouds. Egbert began to notice something he had never noticed his whole life. The world was full of cracks, all sorts of wonderful cracks. Maybe it's not such a bad thing to be slightly cracked, he thought. See the sun's rays coming through the cracks in the clouds in the sky? He decided that's beautiful. From then on, Egbert traveled around the world. There he is on the bird, making new friends and seeing famous cracked sights. Do you see the volcano with the crack? But he never forgot his friends back home in the fridge, and he painted them beautiful postcards of his travels. There's a crack in the canyon, crack in the sky, there's his volcano, and he wrote postcards. They were well and truly amazed, and they missed him, if the truth be told. Aw, see his friends? They put all the posters in the refrigerator. Look, there's the Liberty Bell with the crack in it. They're sad. To this day, Egbert does not regret being cracked. In fact, he is even a little proud of it. And there he is, a picture of himself. And that story is Egbert, the Slightly Cracked Egg. Think about what the beef of this story would be. What would be the lesson that was learned in this story? Okay, y'all have a great day. Bye.